Charlotte at rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 3 touchdowns on the ground, and then, Charles, he threw one in through the air for good measure.
Yeah, you know you have to account for him in all situations. I mean, we know he can run the heck out of the football. You just noted what he did. But how about him being able to get out of the backfield, catch it, and get into the end zone as well? Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Offensively for Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater will be at the controls, the talented quarterback out of Louisville.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he... is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run with Michel. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Throwing is Bridgewater. That's taken in by Duvernay. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
7 at the Bucs 20-yard line.
They go play action. Bridgewater. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. The linebacker Bobby Wagner able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
Panthers 3, Buccaneers 0.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 27, Wilson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Mike Evans hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Panthers 3.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Michel, they toss it out right to him. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Try and run for it. Here's Michel. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 33-yard line.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
1st down, Buccaneers.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
A gain of 15.
15 yards on the play, 1st down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now Chubb, about 3 yards there to the 27.
Again, the ball carrier.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get 1st downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Bradley.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Michelle, the ball carrier.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Chubb. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
1st down, Buccaneers.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd and 11 now. On the ground, it's Chubb. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Number 13, Mike Evans.
Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
A lot. People might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Russell Wilson in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the 1st half as they'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard
The
line.
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A big pickup there on the run. 33 yards. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. didn't go through the goalpost. So
it does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did. I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. First down, Bridgewater. Simpson reels it in over the middle. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, they run with Michelle. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And that's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Open man is Duvernay. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
At the 26-yard line.
Now Bridgewater. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Sony Michel, and it's 3rd and 5. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore. His 3rd touchdown now. On the year, and the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
For the extra point.
And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Mike Evans of the Tampa offense about to set up shop. And they've got to figure out how to stop some of the highlights that we're seeing on the screen here.
And what it feels like, he's going to say it doesn't matter what you put out here. I am having a big-time performance. I'm playing at a big-time level. Just keep throwing me the football.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room.
He was taken down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Yetur Gross-Matos. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
On the play. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That's complete to his running back, Evans. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
He's brought down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. He'll buy some time. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Matt Ioannidis. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack on 1st down, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down again. Matthew Ioannidis in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. It's Wilson rolling to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough.
Mike Evans, he's going to go.
Keep going.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Wilson's pass.
Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
The point after.
They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup of 6.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Bridgewater's.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Bridgewater. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Chase Young, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right, in this stage.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon, and the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in how their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line.
And again, it's Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
To the air again with Bridgewater. To Michel on the screen. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
The end zone. For Davius White on the coverage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Bridgewater again. And that's going to be incomplete. Jordan Whitehead there defensively.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Get that ball. Get that ball. Right there.
Play action now. Bridgewater. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
By the Buccaneers.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So,
and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Nick Chubb becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Makes the score.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Bridgewater to throw it. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Chase Young in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
To try again after the sack. Bridgewater, open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as good running gets him to about the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They go play action with Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Russell Wilson.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17.
Intercepted.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Buccaneers.
A big offensive explosion helped.